Driving is so important for getting back to your independence, getting to go to church when you want, go to the store when you want. It just helps people feel like they're getting back to their normal lives. Pate Rehab has 3 driving instructors, 1 at each of the 3 locations. We are all trained as driving rehabilitation specialists, and we have a therapeutic background to give a different type of evaluation than somebody just at the DPS or at a driving school would be able to provide. The gold standard for driving rehabilitation following a stroke or a brain injury is to have a clinical evaluation. A lot of the same skills that focus on driving are the same skills that it takes to cook and shop and manage your own bills and go back to work. So it's things that we're working on constantly. We look at vision, visual perception, motor coordination, and then cognition. Evidence shows that cognitive areas such as attention or memory are the biggest causes of wrecks. We work on that a lot in the clinic before we come out. We have a program that progressively challenges your attention demands. So we look at all those things before we even get out on the road. We would then request a physician order from our doctor, and it can be from a neurologist, a primary care doctor, or we have a physical medicine and rehabilitation doctor on staff. So at that point, we will take people out on the road, do an evaluation. Usually I'll drive over to the parking lot, then we'll switch places. They'll get in the driver's seat. So I have them adjust everything. So we'll just drive around and get a good feel for the car. Things like reversing, parking, reversing around obstacles, checking out the turn radius. This spot is open here because we have some hand controls. We have a brake on this side. That way we're able to have a little bit more control if there's any kind of unsafe things, or if we're doing training, we can kind of break down the task and be able to focus more on the hands while I focus on the pedals. So this is a spinner knob. All right. Typically when you're turning the wheel, you're having to do this. If you're not able to release the handle quickly in an emergency, or you're not able to reach this far, spinner knob just allows you to do really quick spins. So this is a left foot accelerator. You're still using the brake, but you're putting another gas pedal on the left. If your right side is affected and you're not able to use your right foot, this is something that's helpful because you can just transfer to using your left foot instead. We're gonna cover up the gas pedal. Double check, make sure it's steady. This right here is blocked. We can't hit that gas pedal. And now we have a gas pedal here, and we got our brake here. If being really flexible or new learning is difficult, then this could take a little bit longer to learn, or it might just be too much. And so at that point, we would start looking at other options. The hand controls, for example, are something that's a totally different skill. So sometimes it doesn't require as much flexibility. Start on the parking lot. Ideally go to residential driving, go into kind of inner city driving, and then head over to the highway. It's kind of a step-by-step, and there's always an out if something that isn't going well, that we can just say, okay, we're gonna stop here, or we're gonna practice this, and then the next time we come out, we can work from there. If additional training is needed, then we'll schedule some times to come back out. We can try some adaptive equipment or maybe some attention training. Then I write up a report, and I will send you with a form from the doctor saying that you're medically cleared to drive, along with a form from me saying that you've met these functional skills and that you've shown safety and fitness to drive. Nobody at Pate is able to take your license away. Nobody is able to give it back, but we can give our recommendations. Then at that point, you are obligated to self-report any change in medical status to the DPS, and they're able to make the final decision on that. And after that, that's the legal process. Once you self-report and go through that process, then you are free to drive.